Hi. Hi. I wanted to just tell you about the props that we're going to be using today. We're going to have one block. We're going to have a strap or a necktie or a belt or anything like that. And we're going to have a blanket that is not puffy, but is actually firm. So if you don't have it, that's okay. But it's what we want in yoga blankets is a stiff blanket that doesn't have a lot of plush. We want it to be firm throughout for all the different poses. And then your phone, I know who wants a phone at yoga, or a timer. So whatever you have here, turn it off. But it's nice to set the timer that way when your mind says, how much longer, you can surrender knowing that the timer will go off when it's time. Okay, so Shavasana, one of the most important poses that we have. So let's set up the neck blanket here. So we start with our Shavasana fold where we have the blanket lined up. The fringe is lined up evenly with the opposite. Let's turn the fringe towards us. This is going to be our pillow. Okay. So again, I got this from Judith Lassiter. She's a wonderful yoga teacher that really focuses on alignment. And this series of blanket folds, usually that I do, are from her. So we're going to take this top shelf and we're going to scooch it back. And we're going to take our time to make it just so. It seems a little bit like who cares, but your neck and shoulders really care. Okay. They told me so. Okay. So we have a bottom step and then we have a second step. This bottom step is going to support, when we're on our backs, it's going to support the shoulders. Most of us have a shoulder that rolls forward just a little bit. So this is going to be a little shelf for it to rest on. Okay. And you notice I'm in my very comfy clothes. You want to be comfy, rings off, your watch is off, get your hair ties out of the way. You want to really, really be able to surrender in this posture. Okay. So this bottom shelf is for our heads of our arms. And then the second shelf is going to be supporting not the bridge of the neck, so not this absolute curve here. We're focusing on putting the second step at the base of the neck on what we call the C7. And you can feel that big pokey bone there, right? That's where you want the blanket. You don't want to put it underneath the bridge of the neck at the apex. You want it to be supporting the down there at the base. That's the second shelf. And most of us are going to need to have a little bit of a roll here. I know I like it a little bit higher, but you'll have to play with this once we get down. And then from there, once we're down, we're going to start to curl it under. Don't do this yet because you don't know what it's going to be like until you get down there. We're going to start rolling the whole thing under all the way around. Okay, once our bodies are down, and it seems like we're, again, making a lot of work for no reason, but your nervous system is going to feel really supported and protected, and it's going to be able to relax when you have this set up, okay? So for now, that's back to the first and second step, and let's look at what we're doing in the back here. Okay. This block is optional. We're going to have it near our sides just in case we want it. And then we're going to take a strap. I have a chair. Maybe you have a couch. Maybe you have a wall. Okay, whatever you want to do there. And you're going to make a loop that is about hip distance. So about these two bones, these bones at the top of the pelvis here, you're going to make the strap loop about the length of that. You guys excited? It's going to be exciting. I can't wait. Okay, so there's my loop. All right, now watch this, because a lot of people do something funky with your knees when you're getting in it. What you want to do is you want to be able to put your legs on the chair where your knees are on the lip, so they're completely supported. Notice I'm not letting it like this where my knees are doing their own thing. I want it to be scooched up so that the lip of the chair is underneath my knees, okay? So that's what I'm trying to do. To get into my position, I'm going to scooch my hips as close to the chair as I can. That way I'm not torquing the inner knee. And see my blanket? I need it to be at the length of my torso right under there. So swing around a couple times and see if you can find the bottom shelf underneath your shoulders, and then do your neck roll. You have to play to see if this is right for you, where you want it to be. Like I said, I like it a little bit higher. You decide. And then if you want to be fancy, you could use your legs to scooch the chair underneath your knees. Or if you need to roll out softly. Now we're going to take the strap, let the lower back pull to the floor. When you've established that bracing of the belly, you're going to take one knee and then the second knee into the chest. Wrap that strap around the shins. If you want to do ankles, that would be cool too. And then go ahead and put your legs back in the chair with the lip of the chair right underneath the knees evenly. There's no wasted motion here. Everything wants to be supported like a river flow. Okay, take a moment and notice that. If it feels nice to you and you want more of a little inversion, you could slide your heels to the lip of the chair, pick up the hips, and put the block underneath you. If that's not easy to do or comfortable and you don't want to do that, feel free not to. But it's a nice way. You'll have to reshift everything. I actually don't want it today, but you could do it. Especially if you're on the wall, you could do it there too. For me, I want my lower back to be nice and neutral and flat. So allow the legs to open to where the strap is now holding you. And we're going to begin to take the second stair, the part of the blanket that's underneath that lower neck, and you're going to start to roll it under. The bottom step, and now the top step, to give yourself a very gentle little cradle here. Okay. See how that feels. It's important, very important, that you feel balanced on the left and right sides. If there's anything in your way, move it. Find your phone or your timer, and we're going to set it. Make sure your phone is not on a ring. You're going to set that timer and drop into these props. Starting around the muscles of the scalp. See if you can relax. Just focusing on your scalp being so relaxed. How about the back of your throat? The back of your head? And the backs of your arms? And the backs of your hands? Relax those armpits. The front of the chest. In the front of the throat, you could almost feel like you're yawning. The muscles around the eyes. Even the eye sockets. The eyeballs. Let go. Area between the eyebrows. And back to the scalp. Turning the palms up. If you haven't already, imagine you're holding a warm rock right on the center of your palms. Medium size and warm, letting the thumb side of the hand, the pinky side of the hand be neutral, heavy. And the wrists, the elbow joint, the shoulder joint, to the top of the back and the bottom of the neck. To the entire circumference of the skull. Let yourself go. Letting go. Letting go. So replenishing if you give it your all. See you next time. Enjoy.